There is one big Rhea Ripley mistake that WWE simply cannot make. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is because Rhea Ripley has had ups and downs in 2024. Heck, she's coming off of a big time win at Survivor Series War Games. Rhea Ripley helping the likes of Io Sky and Bianca Belair and Naomi go over the likes of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Women's Champion Nia Jax. Of course, she had Bayley on her side. In doing so, it was a big time win. I loved her mask. I saw that Rob Fee spent 14 hours making that mask on Thanksgiving, right? That's how epic it was just for her to take it off. But like, she was legitimately the lightning rod of that match. She was the talking point of that match. And of course, it ended with her hitting her signature Riptide finisher off the middle rope to Liv Morgan, sending her crashing through the table, getting the 1, the 2, and the 3. Now, we know that we're going to get a trilogy match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Obviously, Liv scoring a pinfall win thanks to outside interference from Dirty Dom at SummerSlam. Bad Blood, it was Rhea Ripley beating our Women's World Champion Liv Morgan thanks to outside interference from Raquel Rodriguez. We know we're building towards. Now, WWE, they have to get through the Io Sky match because Io Sky is currently the number one contender for the Women's World Championship. She's slated to challenge Liv Morgan in the near future. But everyone was talking about the finish to Survivor Series Women's War Games match, because it was Rhea Ripley pinning Liv Morgan. Some people thought that was the right thing. Some people thought that was the wrong thing. And I'll give you my opinion here in a little bit. But let's get to today's video. What is that big mistake that WWE cannot make under any circumstances when it comes to Rhea Ripley? Well, it's very simple. When it comes to Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan 3, when it comes to the blow-off match, when it comes down to it all, you have to have Rhea Ripley win the championship. This is not a situation in which she can just simply lose to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has been the champion since the King and Queen of the Ring PLE. What was that, in May in Saudi Arabia? Going over Becky Lynch due to outside interference from Dirty Dom. I understand Rhea Ripley had the championship for a year before vacating it earlier this year due to injury, ironically at the hands of Liv Morgan in a backstage segment, right as their feud was about to kick off. I understand that. But Rhea Ripley is the most over babyface woman that you have under contract right now. The fans desperately want to see her champion yet again, and I'll give my reason for that in a minute. The reason that you have to go with her is Liv Morgan has gotten the advantage on so many different times. So many different instances she has gone over Rhea. She has gotten the upper hand on Rhea. She's gotten the better of Rhea. And as a babyface in this feud, she has to get that payoff. She has to finally defeat Liv. She has to finally reclaim that title, and then they have to move on from it because I don't think there's anything else you can get from this feud. If you go back to May to where we are now, it is night and day, and they have gone well above my expectations, my hopes, my dreams for this feud. Now, here's the reason why I say that Rhea should absolutely get this title run. It's because, despite the fact that she had held the title for a year prior, it's because when she was the champion, most of that run was as a heel. And she was really finding her way, and she was making progress inch by inch by inch. I would say earlier this year, especially going into the Elimination Chamber title defense, that main event over in Australia against Nia Jax, they turned her babyface. The fans turned her from a hated heel with dirty Dominic Mysterio to a babyface that everybody loves. Everybody succeeded or wanted to see succeed. And so when she retained the championship over Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40, it was a huge surprise. But if you look at it from WWE standpoint, okay, they were trying to get Becky Lynch to re-sign. She was not going to re-sign. And then you have Rhea Ripley, who is over like Rover as a new babyface. And it's like, okay, we know what we get with Rhea. She ain't going nowhere. She's super duper over. Let's just keep the title on her, right? Injury happens, she has to vacate it. The point I'm making here is fans got to see Rhea as a heel champion. They didn't necessarily get to see her as a lovable babyface champion for that long against a notable heel, right? You didn't get to see that, and that's why they were so upset. She also didn't lose the championship. She had to vacate it. That's a big difference. You feel robbed. You feel like the moment was stolen from you. And so fans want to see her as champion, and then they want to see her lose the said championship as the champion. Here's the reason why I had an issue with her Liv putting Rhea over in the women's War Games match at Survivor Series. There was 4 other people that you could have ate the pinfall. You didn't need your women's world champion, your top female star, one of your top stars on Monday Night Raw, to put over another top star. And you could say, well, they needed something to continue the Rhea Liv feud. No, they didn't. Rhea she still wants ultimate revenge. That part hasn't changed, right? She just missed a few weeks due to this injury. In fact, I would say she's more angry at Liv because she busted her face open, right, and broken her overall bone. You didn't need Rhea to pin her. Also, it's like, well, okay, we've seen her beat her once. Does that really help Rhea? Not really. Does it hurt Liv? Kinda. There's other talent, including Raquel Rodriguez, including Tiffany Stratton, that you could have beat. That's my issue. Like, there's multiple people in this match. There's multiple clear-cut choices as to who should take the pinfall. Have them take the pinfall. Have Io Sky, who's your number 1 contender, beat Liv Morgan if you must beat Liv like a drum. But there's options. So if you have options, take the options. It's not that hard, right? So I would say this. If you look at it at that vantage point, from that point of view, Io Sky should have gone over Liv because it gives her more credibility as a champion who is about to challenge Liv for the Women's World Championship, therefore increasing her chances of actually doing so, at least the belief within the eyes of the fan base. That's all I'm saying. You got to give Io a little bit more build other than, hey, she won this Battle Royale a few weeks ago that no one remembers that was filmed in Saudi Arabia, right? Like, you need a little bit more than that. Just saying, folks. I could be wrong. Maybe Rhea should have pinned her. But I think Io should have won, but I think they should have pinned someone else. You could have pinned Raquel or Tiffany or someone like that. Just my opinion. I'd love to hear what your opinion is, though, down in the comments area below. Did they make the right call? Did they make the wrong call? Let me know.